So just to jump right into things, I am going to be doing some talk through, but also I'm going to be inserting voiceover. So I wanted to show you guys the natural state of the wig, and I purchased this wig from B Hairs. I'll link their Instagram and all their information down below. I just want to show you guys the parting. I purchased the Brazilian Deep Wave in 22 inches. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the natural sheen and luster to it, and also with the closure, or the of course it's a frontal, but the silk top closure is a 4x4 silk top, and it looks very realistic. I really love it. I love the fact that you can part it wherever you would like. So yeah, just showing you guys that before I jump into actually like washing and styling the wig and installing. I'm going to take my paddle brush just to comb out any kinks before I start to wash the hair, and I'm going to be using my organic shampoo and conditioner, and also you're going to need a wide tooth comb, and then you can also use that paddle brush. So I'm going to first start by drenching the hair in water so I can get ready to prepare for shampoo and conditioner. Now going in with that Brazilian Keratin Therapy shampoo. I absolutely love this. It makes the hair super soft. I love it. I'm just going to continue to coat every strand in the shampoo. Make sure it's all through everything. Kind of comb through with my fingers. And then I'll also be using the brush and comb as well to make sure everything is, you know, smooth and it's not tangling throughout this process. So now that everything is shampooed and clean, I'm going to go in with that coconut water conditioner. And I really love this conditioner because it is very lightweight, but it also leaves the hair feeling super smooth. I'm just going to add a lot of conditioner, baby, basically, as you can see. And then I'm going to go ahead and rinse it out, squeeze out all the water, just so you can see how beautiful this hair is. The natural like curl while it's wet is so pretty. I absolutely love this hair. So now you're going to need your hair clips so you can clip up your hair and make sure everything is out of the way, and make this process a little bit easier as you get prepared to you know, start plucking your hairline. Now with this part, you definitely want to take your time because you don't want to over tweeze or over pluck. You don't want any bald spots in your frontal, because what's the point of having a frontal if you're going to be bald head on here too? No, but seriously, just take your time. It is time consuming, but just take small sections, tweeze a little bit. And as I first started out with the outer portion, and then I took small sections, parted off, continued to pluck. And if it makes sense, what I'm doing is just plucking, skipping a section, plucking, and just continuing that process. I'm not going to keep talking during this part. I'm going to let you guys watch. So what I'm doing right now is just taking some T-pins that I purchased from Sally's, and I'm using that to make sure that the lace is in place. So as I pluck, I'm not, like, the wig is not sliding and I'm not having any trouble. And then I'm just going in and making a middle part, just so to me, it feels like it helps me to, you know, keep things in order, and I'll know what I'm working with and just kind of work in sections, and it'll make things a little bit easier. Going back in, you can kind of play with it as you go along to see how you want your hairline. So if you're starting out just plucking the, you know, the outer portion, the edges, then you see, hey, I want a little bit more out, and just part some sections and just go from there. Plucking I wanted to also make sure that I was kind of plucking my baby hairs out a little bit. I don't like super thick baby hair, so yeah, that's what I was kind of doing to, you know, kind of create a guide for myself.
Life is just always mysterious and surprising. You never know what's around the next corner. You never know what's around the next corner. So.
I'm just taking a water bottle, and there's nothing in here but warm water. I'm spraying the hair because I feel like it helps me to pluck the hair a little bit better when it's wet versus when it's kind of frizzy. You can see a little bit better. You can see the edge line or the hairline to make sure it's thinning out how you want it. So now moving on to the next section, I'm just going to continue the process, just kind of plucking some random spots here and there, plucking, skipping a spot, plucking, skipping a spot, same old, and it may look like I'm just going crazy plucking, but I'm not. I have a method to my madness, and I really love these tweezers. I purchased these from, I think, Walmart. They do have kind of like a pointed tip, and it just helps me to grab each hair a little bit more precisely. Now throughout the process, as you're plucking, you want to continue to, comb as you go, so that way you'll actually get a picture of how much hair is coming out, and you can kind of see what it is that you're working with. And even though it looked like I plucked a lot of hair, I really didn't, because I was just basically taking my time going section by section so I can see what I'm doing, and just going back in with that water. Like I said, it helps to tame the hair, and I can get a better feel for what I'm plucking versus when it's frizzy. Now after plucking my little life away, the hairline is finally starting to come along. It's thinning it out a little bit, and of course I wanted it to be a little bit more jagged and realistic like your natural hairline. And then I was just going in with this double-sided like 2-brush and mini comb. It's like an edge brush, just to kind of brush out where my baby hairs would be. And then I was just taking some shears to kind of shorten that up a little bit more. I wasn't really ready to cut the edges too much, because I prefer to wait until the wig is actually on, but I did kind of want to have a guide for myself. And then I was just taking some coconut mousse to kind of slick everything back and kind of play with the edge brush and see how I was going to slick the baby hairs down once it was finally installed. So I already braided my hair to the back. I got my stocking cap on. I just used a new one, and now I'm going to place my stocking cap where I want it to be, or where I think I want it to be, like right here. And then I'm just going to take a cotton pad with alcohol and just clean like this area, since I think I want my stocking cap to be like right here. So I'm going to clean that area with alcohol, then I'm going to put the cap back down, and then I'm going to spray some Got To Be and just to hold it down. And I'm using some 91% alcohol to make sure that area is clean. Okay, so make sure everything is down tight. And now I'm going to use the Got to Be Glued freeze spray, just right around my hairline. And I'm going to use my blow dryer on my cool settings just to hold this down. Okay, so now I'm going to use my shears just to kind of cut around the edges of the stocking cap. And be careful so you don't cut your skin or your hair if any of your edges get in the way. And I'm just cutting around my ears. Be careful. Be careful when you cut around your ears, because you don't want to cut your ear off or cut your hair, especially if you're going back there. And you can just end it right there. And don't worry, I know we got the little roll up here, but I'm going to stick that back down. I'm going to put a little bit more Got to Be Glue right there. Okay, so this is the wig, and the inside just looks like this. I have the clips in the back. I cut out the clips that were on the side, and I plucked it. I did pluck it, but I think I'm gonna have to pluck some more around the edges once I actually put it on. But I just put these clips too to kind of hold back the hair as I put it on. So I'm gonna just kind of test it and see where I want the wig to actually lay before I put the glue down, and I'm going to try to mark it. So I'm just kind of I'm placing the combs in the back so I can know kind of like where the combs are supposed to be, and then I'm going to pull the wig forward. So to kind of help me out just a little bit, because I'm low-key struggling, I'm going to use these little silver clamps to make sure all my hair is pinned back so I can really see where I'm, you know, placing this. Okay, so since my stocking cap is very light, or lighter than my skin tone, I'm going to use one of my powders. I'm going to see which one I'm going to use. I think this one is a little bit lighter. Anyway, I think I may use my Sephora Micro Smooth powder just to put on top of my stocking cap. So now I'm going to go back in with my alcohol, my rubbing alcohol one more time, just to make sure the surface is clean just before I lay my glue down.
is just always mysterious.
So now that I kind of got an idea of where I'm going to place the frontal, I'm going to be using my Bold Toe Extreme Cream. And it says I can apply up to 5 layers, but I'm going to see how 1 layer works. You're supposed to lay it down and then wait till it dries clear, and then you would place it, or you can place the next layer. So I'm just going to do a little bit, and I'm going to be using a popsicle stick to, you know, spread it out. Okay, so now that the glue has dried down kind of clear, it should be ready for me to kind of start placing the wig. And I'm just gonna use my rat tail comb and kind of press it into the glue. So I'm gonna take this Argan Magic Light Dry Oil hair mist, and I'm gonna take that, since it sprays out kind of like a lot, so I'm just gonna spray that in the palm of my hand, like 1 or 2. Just rub it together. I'm just gonna rub that all over my hair. I'm gonna take my paddle brush and just brush out any kinks. And honey, I was working them jaws chewing that gum. No, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I did film this on a different day. So I actually had that hair installed for about a week or so at this point, and I had been curled it, but the curls lasted like days. I really like this hair because it does hold a curl. And then I was just going in with my wide tooth comb just to brush out any additional kinks before I really started to you know, curl the hair. So I'm going to go ahead and take my curling wand by Tool Science, and I purchased this at Sally's. I can't remember the exact price, but if I find out, I'll try to link it down below. But as you can see, I'm just taking kind of big sections towards the back, and I'm curling away from my face. And if you guys can see, I was actually twisting the curl as I'm like wanding it, if that makes sense. And I was just making the curls a little bit more chunky or bigger towards the bottom, and as I move up, I'm going to take smaller sections and make the curls a little bit more defined. And excuse my ugly faces I'll be making throughout this video, but I really love the way the curls turn out. They just look so luxurious and voluminous and just soft and bouncy. I need to be on like a Pantene Pro V commercial. If only this was my real hair though. Now moving on to the next side. I am so ugly making those faces. But yeah, I'm just continuing the process, making sure I'm taking smaller sections as I go up. And I'm kind of like pulling the curl after I finish wanding it, because I want it to be a little bit more bouncy and have that more wave, voluminous look. And we are almost there, you guys. We're almost at the finish line. All I'm gonna say is look at the flick of the wrist, honey. I am working that wrist. Yes, get it. No, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of finger comb, pull out the curls, just play with it and try to style it and get it to my liking. And then I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia concealer and a like small angled brush just to kind of define that part a little bit and hopefully make it a little bit more natural. And we're pretty much done with everything. If you stayed to the end, of course, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm gonna hit you guys with some slow-mos, but I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location, let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you.